Welcome back, everybody. It is another Wednesday, so that means another week in bodybuilding prep has gone by. The weeks are just flying by. We're 6 weeks into this, 14 weeks to go to the first show, which just kind of seems crazy. Feels like we just got started. And I mean, I guess in one sense we did just get started. We're still on the back end of, 50% done. So we've still got a lot of weeks to go, a lot of weeks to make progress. But, I mean, 6 weeks in, feeling great, looking great. So, just to quick recap. Last week, we had made a cut in macros. We had made a sizable increase in cardio. And we actually saw a decent drop of 3 pounds. So was pretty excited about that. Was really hoping to ride out these macros for a while. Weight was jumping around again this week. Came back down just in time for check-in. 0.6 pounds. So it was kind of one of those, you step on the scale and you just go, really? Like, come on. It can mess with your mind a little bit. You work so hard, all week. You are so diligent with your tracking. You're weighing everything down to a T. You're not touching, really anything that hasn't been weighed out. You have cut out certain foods in your life that maybe you were eating before. It's summer. One of my goals this prep was to not have a single drink of alcohol. So the weather is nice. No beers are being had. I have hockey once a week. All the guys there are always drinking either before or after, and always saying no. So it's you do make sacrifices. I'm not complaining at all, but it's to show you how prep is such a mind game, and that you have to be so mentally prepared for it. And you have to be ready to deal with the mental ups and downs of prep. Because it will happen, right? You are so diligent, and then you get into check-in, and you've barely lost any weight, or you didn't lose any weight at all. And you feel throughout the week, you're like, okay, I'm hungry, I'm doing everything I need to do, I feel like I'm losing weight. And then you get into prep, or to check-in, and no, you did not lose any weight. So, the scale did mess with my mind this week. As much as I tried to not let it mess with my mind, it did. But checked in this morning, we were still down a little bit at least. So we actually did not adjust macros. We did add in some HIIT cardio. So just going to have some sprints once a week to see if maybe we can get some things moving again, right? So to lose weight, you either got to decrease calories and or increase the amount of work you're doing, i.e. typically cardio, because you should be training enough at that point where it's pretty hard to increase the amount of training that you're doing. And you can do either or. You don't have to do both every week, right? So we just did cardio this week, although did get the warning that if we plateau again, you better be ready for a cut from Paul, which is fine. It's the way it goes. He wants to aim for 1.5 to 2 pounds a week at this point. So we just got to do what we got to do. I am happy to have my current macros for another week. I will enjoy it as much as I can. And hope that the extra cardio will bring about a decrease in weight for next check-in. Crossing the fingers. So that's kind of the current update of just macro-wise, kind of where I am mentally. I am doing a bit better now this week, or today, I guess. Last few days, anxiety a bit, just a little bit high, but feeling a little more relaxed. So just gonna ride out this mental state, for the foreseeable future. So another big goal of mine. So I mentioned that I didn't want to have any alcohol during this prep. Now, some people, they choose to maybe work some in while on prep. Last prep, I was very young, inexperienced, and I drank throughout prep till about 8 weeks left. And I didn't track it. Yeah, so to me, this prep, I wanted to just, do it zero alcohol, cut it all out and just try to do the best that I can and just not have that, possible temptation to maybe slip up a little bit. You have one drink, let's have two. And before you know it, you've had 4, 5, 6 drinks and you've blown your macros out of the water. So that was one big goal that I had during this prep. And the second big goal was to not let prep affect my social life as much as it could, because it will at some point. And it has already a little bit. There are some things that I've just said no to just for the sake of just making it easy on myself. And I'm okay with that. But I didn't want it to completely affect me. So this weekend, we had a birthday party in the big city with our group of friends. So, being that I did not want prep to affect my social life, I decided to go. But I made sure that I planned ahead. So what I did is I packed my own dinner because they were just having appetizers and drinks at a house. So it wasn't like I could really look ahead at, a restaurant and pick what I wanted. So I just made my own meal. Okay, so I wasn't too worried about the eating. 2, I made sure that day was my refeed day. So I had a lot more carbs, about 100 gram more carbs than usual to work with, which always helps. And then 3, I did a little bit of fasting throughout the day. I didn't eat as much early on in the day just to make sure that I had enough room just in case anything did come up while I was out, right? I left room to make sure that just in case, I do have some other types of food that I do have the room for that. And we went and it ended up being completely okay. So here's the thing about bringing your own food to social situations. You are going to get shit for it. People are going to kind of make fun of you a little bit. But if you have really good friends, it's just what it is. It's joking. In reality, they probably don't. They actually don't care. I microwaved my food, brought it out, got the razzing. I mean, everyone knows that I'm in prep, but they'll respect it because they know the goal that you are trying to do and the goal that you are trying to reach. And if they are true good friends, that's where it'll stop. Is the joking is just joking, and that's all that it is. So that was kind of my first real outing, big social outing on prep, and I was pleasantly surprised with how easy it was to, not have a drink or not have some wings or, anything like that. Is quite easy. I mean, it helped that my wife also decided to not have any drinks that night with solidarity with me. I mean, it always helps to have a partner who supports your goals and is willing to maybe have some small sacrifices along with you to make it easier on you. We left early, right? So we didn't go out after everything. So we went, ate, went and did some bowling. They were all going to go out afterwards. We decided just to go home, so that makes it a lot easier as well. And then, on Monday night, we had dinner at my parents'. They are graciously very supportive of my goals, and so they actually let me kind of pick what we are going to eat that night. So I kind of had full control over everything, but we were still able to have an amazing meal of hamburgers, asparagus, and homemade French fries, which, I think if you're, when you're in prep, you're going to take that. It's a pretty damn good meal. So I would eat that outside of prep. So far so good with, not letting prep affect my social life. Mental game was a little off this week, even though we still hit everything, still hit all my macros, but we are rebounding back from that. So we are just going forwards and onwards, keep crushing it, and hopefully we see a nice little change this week. So that's going to be everything for today, guys. Really appreciate you watching. I know it's getting a little bit long at this point, so if you're still watching, thank you. I appreciate it. Listen to my ramblings. If you enjoy the content, make sure to please hit that subscribe button right down below. If you have any questions about my prep, if you are thinking about wanting to do a prep or anything nutrition, training, shoot me an email or leave the comment down below, and I'll be sure to get back to you. Have a fantastic Wednesday, guys.